How are you? Fine. This voice fine is from where? From which source the fine is coming? Is it a formality? Is it a ritual to say fine? Or is it from the depth of your being? Most of the time, I am fine, I am very fine, is just to meet the etiquette, is it not? Most of the same way, oh, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. Not to be trusted. This word is not to be trusted. I am not fine is a fact. I am fine is just I am covering myself. When we start touching the fact, accepting the fact, respecting the fact, if we learn to do it, that is the beginning of the healing. Do you agree with me? I accept the fact, I see the fact, and I respect the fact. That is the beginning of healing. If I cover it up with emotions, with the status, and with all types of things I have built up around me, then we will not be able to heal ourselves. So, the healing journey begins here. I dissociate all my emotions from the facts. That is the beginning of the healing. Healing begins when your heart starts smiling. Healing does not begin with your exercises. Oh, I have been doing since ages. I am doing this, I am doing that. I am doing Kapalabhati, I am doing asanas, I am dieting, and I am doing all those things. Friends, let me tell you, they are all supportive components. They are not the cause for your healing. What I am sharing may shock you, because everywhere people are teaching ye karo, wo karo, ye karo, wo karo, ye karo, wo karo. Karne mein nahi. It's not going to. So the healing begins when your heart is open enough to smile. And that is possible when you are able to experience that togetherness, communion. Where there is communion, there is compassion. Where there is compassion, there is togetherness. Where there is togetherness, there is dialogue. Where there is dialogue, there is smile. Where there is smile, there is health. You got it? So we can conclude the program. So the healing begins with yourself. So we are all interested in healing, is it not? When I say I want to heal myself, means I am experiencing something hurting, something agonizing, something troubling, something bothering me. Then the healing comes, is it not? But am I clear about what is that which is bothering me? What is that which is troubling me? What is that which is agonizing me? If you don't understand this, even if Lord comes and Ashwini Devatas, they come and give you Amrita, the healing is not going to happen. It is not the healing, let me tell you. Naga Pranayama. What is this Naga Pranayama? Simple Pranayama. I don't complicate that. You all can do. What is to be done is, you inhale very little and you count 5. Hold the breath, count 5. Again you inhale little bit, count 5. Again you inhale little bit, count 5. Keep on inhaling, count 5. Keep on inhaling, hold, inhale, hold, inhale, hold. It is like installment basis. Thoda, 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 thoda. You build up, build up, build up, build up, build up, build up. When you can't build up at that time, so you build up Naga. That's why the snake, that's how it sheds its skin. And there is no death to a snake, you know that. So if you want to experience deathless joy, you do this Naga Pranayama. Very simple, like I'll show you. Like this, you have to keep building up, building up, building up, building up, and then this energy, you have to release that energy. Another important thing is, there is something called residual air. Residual air means some air is not coming out of your lungs. They stay only. So every problem is starting because of this residual air. If you know how to take out this residual air completely, then your vital capacity starts improving. So to build up the vital capacity, you have to stimulate the residual air to come out. For that you have to work. And you have to open up all the air bags, alveoli, air bags. There are more than 300 millions of air bags. 300 million. So you have to supply energy. You have to supply pressure. You have to supply the prana. And then once that is full, when you cannot do, collapsing, please see this, collapsing, it has to be a lengthy collapse, like it's not, no. Another interesting thing, if you watch it, you watch your own breathing. You can inhale more, but you cannot exhale more. Those who cannot exhale more psychologically, they know how to take, they don't know how to share. You take, you suppress, but you don't share. That's why pranayama says always 1:2. If you inhale 1 count, you should be able to exhale 2 counts. Exhalation should be longer always than inhalation. It is not the taking, it is the sharing. So our exhalation has to be longer. So for that you have a long sigh of relief, long. Keep doing it. So you got this, huh? At least 5 times. 5 times. Each time minimum 5 kriyas you have to do that.